little children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment. Come, little children, the time's come to play here in my garden of shadows.
Hello, I'm Runya, aka Media Adaptation.
And I'm Ada.
And welcome you back to Moderation, where all media is fair game. And if you'd like to give feedback, then feel free to leave a comment or hit up our Discord channel. Link will be down in the description below. And we're continuing our 31 days of Halloween. We'll do a video each day for the month of October, based on your past suggestions. Some creepy, some not. But anyway, I hope you enjoy them. Anyway, it's time once again to talk about the supposedly Lost Day style anime, Go for a Punch, aka Saki Sanobashi, where we cover any new developments on the Discord and Reddit channels, and then cover older anime and manga. One of the ongoing questions was, does the group that made the music video know about Saki, or is it based on something else? Well, I guess this tweet from the director saying, "Go for a punch," puts that into the yes category. Again, less than half a year ago, Saki wasn't commonly known in Japan, so I guess if it wasn't before, then it definitely is now. I wonder if there's some sort of Japanese message board for the band, or some kind of forum talking about them. Kind of eager to know what the fans think about it. Probably something to look into. And over on the Reddit, someone found a movie in the same genre as Saki. 1992's A Garden Without Birds. 6 people go to a kinky party that soon turns bloody. Most of the story stays in a single room, and while they can leave, they choose not to. And again, I still find it odd that we keep finding more live-action movies that are closer to it than actual anime. But again, still proof that this weird subgenre is still a thing, and has been for a long time. But aside from that, not much else has happened this week. We only got a little fan art this time, and again, a lot of stuff is still people waiting on responses. So I guess we'll just move on to the next part. And as for our anime today, we've been asked to take a look at The Laughing Salesman from 1989. So many people are unhappy with the lives that they lead. If only things could have turned out differently, or if a single thing would change, then all their dreams could come true. Well, what if there was a man who could effortlessly accomplish such a task? Meguro Fukuzuro, but people just call him the Laughing Salesman. Well, maybe a man isn't a good description, as he's in the business of human souls. But he has no intention of killing anyone. He just seems to enjoy the chaos that it brings. The original one lasted 127 episodes, and they all basically follow the same structure. We meet someone who's unhappy with their life, and the salesman shows up to offer something or an opportunity that, if used right, will indeed bring happiness. But as always, there's never a cost. At first, anyway, they are all given a strict set of rules, and if you break them or misuse them, then your life becomes worse than what it started with. That is, if you're lucky. Depending on how he feels that day, it could always be much, much worse. Again, this was a very long series, and something that would make for a very interesting topic for its own video. They also had a remake in 2017, so you might be seeing one of those later down the line. And for adult animation for this week, we have 1989's Earthens. And for the life of me, I have no idea why this is in the adult section. The story boils down to a pair of angels that are sent to Earth to judge humanity, each of them taking opposite emotions, in the positive and the negative. But we soon have a hard left as androids are introduced, so if you ever want to see an angel tackle a robot off the side of a building, then congratulations. Our female, codenamed Humanoid 2, has an unstable core which is on the verge of a nuclear meltdown if she pushes herself. One of the angels gets taken, and she agrees to go willingly to save him. And big shock, letting an unstable individual walk inside your secret base is a really bad idea, as she decides to turn it back on whenever they don't hold up their end of the bargain. They manage to get the angel out safely, the day is saved, and they have enough evidence for a strong case condemning humanity. But they decide that her sacrifice is an equal statement to the opposite. They made 3 other OVAs, so we'll probably look at them later down the line, but probably just for the normal section. And now to end out this video, let's take a look at the last chapter of Shinmu's A Classroom Bereft of Angels. So let's end this with chapter 10. Amane walks into the room, as Gray looks shocked, but she just walks over to Black, who says that it all went according to her plan, holding up the photo with a small camera built in, asking if she enjoyed watching it from the other room. Black again asks why she did all this, and she replies with, "'Cause you wished for it." She asks curiously if she'd do anything she's wished, and she replies with, "As long as there's someone who has a wish." She then asks when was the first time that she killed, to which she thinks back to kindergarten, to which Gray recalls exactly who she's referring to. Thinking back to the day on the roof where she confronts her about it, she again asks if she saw something interesting, to which she denies. She again thinks back to her first victim, A, and turns smiling at her. She died because Gray wished for it. As she walks over to her, she grabs the back of her uniform and drags her to the edge, saying, "Maybe someone wished for this too." As she throws her over, she asks who, to which she replies, "Who knows?" Meaning that Gray died that day, and that is why the others always overlook her. We flash back to the classroom, as Black recounts how wonderful the event was, and decides to go home to think of another event, asking if there's anything better than this. To which she replies, there is. As Black stops, she runs her through with a knife. Isn't it fun? After all, you did wish for this. Probably didn't think that far ahead when she wished that everyone in her class would die, 'cause a wish like that would always include her. She wipes off the fingerprints and then drops the knife, and then turns and walks away as Gray tries to stop her, but just phases right through her, remembering that she really is dead. But she stops, turns to Gray, and smiles to her, before again leaving and walking out the door, as Gray just stands there and slowly fades away. The end. And I'm sad to say that that is the last manga of Shinmu that was translated. Yeah, I was feeling a bit bummed out by this, and did a quick search around, and turns out he actually did a bunch more on his Pixar account that haven't been translated over. So we could try our luck and do them ourselves, kinda like we did with I Married the Ring Girl. But I guess we'll have to wait and see if we have enough time for that. And that about does it for this video. If you have any other ideas like seeing made into a video, then please post it down in the comments below, and we'll add it to our next viewer request week.
It's now time for the part of the show where we ask you to help us appease the YouTube algorithm by dropping a like, share, or comment. It helps out much more than you'd think.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, then it's very much appreciated. And if you'd like to support this channel, then please visit our Patreon. Link will be down in the description below. Even if you can't give a lot, every little bit helps.
We also have a Let's Play channel where we play different horror games, or just whatever he feels like sometimes. The link to it is also in the description.
And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Anyway, I'm Runya.
And I'm Ada.
Remind you to take life in moderation.
Weep not, poor children, for life is this way, murdering beauty and passion. Hush now, dear children, it must be this way.